Alrighty.
All right, let's see you hit one.
Oh God. Why do I have to go first?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
I'll go first. Let's see. I'm kind of sore.
Before you go, golf basics.
Right.
Things I need to pay attention to here on your swing here.
All right. Just
something you worked on for a long time that you're glad you perfected.
The main thing is like just watch how like I turn my body. Like I'll stay over and I'll turn all the way up, like that. Just like the way that I take the club back is pretty good. So.
Love it.
Just pay attention to that.
Got some good quads going on here. Ooh, that was just.
Yeah, so
Chef's
it's just
kiss.
like it's super
what club
simple.
Is that?
This is a 56, so it's like a little wedge. What do you have there?
Nice.
What do you have?
A pitching.
All right, let's see it.
I'm not gonna have as good as a hit as that, but taking the club back. I'm gonna I always do a practice swing.
All right.
Just to make sure that I'm feeling good, you know.
Oh yeah.
Solid.
That actually isn't terrible.
Not bad, not bad.
That's not terrible at all.
So where should we start?
Where should we start?
There's so much to go over.
How about you tell us the story on why you left Georgia Tech?
Oh God.
I feel like that's so like, there's so much information there that needs to be shared that hasn't been. What made you want to drop out and like pursue the whole do my own thing entrepreneur type of deal? Because you had a full ride.
Well, I had a scholarship coming from out of state.
Right.
There were still some things I was paying for. Nice.
But for the most part, it was a full ride.
Yeah, I wasn't covering a lot.
And that's
of
one of like
here.
That's a really, really, really insanely good school. So
yeah.
A lot of people probably thought you were insane. No.
Oh, for sure. Everyone, like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But the thing is, I was seeing so many people on YouTube. I was seeing people living the life I wanted to live, and none of them went to school.
Right.
So I was like, how does this make sense? Oh my God, how can you hit without like being completely quiet? I'm like, I need to focus in.
It's kind of like, what's even funnier is you see all these people that quit school and then you went and met Abraham like, what, the same month?
See? That's what happens when I'm talking. Sorry about that.
That's funny. You're about to take people out.
I know.
Third swing. But yeah, like your same month, you went and met Abraham. He didn't go to college. He's super successful.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
guess that.
No one who, I mean, I won't say no one. If you want to be the owner of the thing, the vision caster, the strategic person who's actually leading the thing.
Yeah.
Your job is not to be smart. Your job is to be bold. You know?
Exactly.
That's the main thing I've noticed. But the people who are employed by those bold people, they do have to be smart.
I know.
So like it's almost like if you want to be someone's right-hand man, or if you want to be like really running the company, or like doing the daily work, then you should.
Yeah.
But like, I want to be the owner.
I agree.
You know?
No one wants to be the dude like just working his ass off so that the guy above them can.
But some people do. Some people do.
And
the reason that they do is because they're on a really fucking good salary.
That makes sense.
Like they have some major golden handcuffs, and sometimes they even have equity, but they're like working for that. They're working for that. And those people don't like to take risk. Like they're not built for risk.
They don't like the insecurity of like knowing that for a lot of entrepreneurs now that are just starting, they might like, they could have a month where they make nothing, or 3 months, 6 months, but then they could have 1 month where they kill it.
Exactly. And so
they don't like
most
the imbalance.
people can't even stomach that shit. Most people are like, what do you mean?
Like right now, I find it hard to like make big decisions. Like in the business now, it's like placing 10, 20, 30, $40,000 orders. Like that shit's scary.
It's
like,
scary.
If it goes sideways, you're screwed.
Fucked.
Exactly.
And most people don't want those decisions on them.
I know.
And think about it this way, like me and you, it's scary for us right now. And how old are you?
I'm 18.
Like we're 18 and 21. Like imagine people who have 4 kids.
Oh my God.
And like a wife, and like they're making scary ass decisions like that. Like you have to be built different.
I guess you really do have the advantage when you start young though.
Yes.
Because I started when I was 16 when I first started. So like I'm still living in my parents' house. I move out in like 2 months, so like having the comfort of all these things definitely helps.
Yeah, and that's the thing I think that's a huge advantage for us, because it's like we have so much more risk tolerance because we almost have nothing to lose. Like
exactly.
If it doesn't work out, like okay,
right,
I'm gonna just try again.
And what was so nice about it for me was like when I started the real estate stuff. If that didn't work out, plan B was college. So
yeah,
I guess that's always something that I've thought.
So that's the other thing I considered when dropping out of Georgia Tech. It's like school isn't going anywhere. Right. If whatever I'm trying to do doesn't work out, I can always come back. But I'm only going to be 18 at this moment. That's when I dropped out.
Yeah.
And just like you get certain opportunities because you're young. Like I would not have gotten the same treatment if I was starting at 27.
I always thought the same thing. Like if I went up to you, or like if I went up to Abraham at like 30, like
it's just like you should have figured out your life
exactly,
now. Like,
exactly.
This is on you. But when you're young, people see something in you. They see themselves.
Exactly.
And they want to.
That's what I was telling. There's a few young guys that were talking to me the other day about how to network, and this was the main point. Is like when you're young, everyone wants to network with you because you're so young and they want to help you. Like
yeah. And that's the other thing. Like I love networking with young people like you, because it's like there's no way in hell that 10 years from now we're both not insanely rich and powerful.
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
You know? I'm like, bring all the young people to me. But you kind of have to sniff out ambition, because some people say they want it and they don't. They really don't. And you can usually tell within a couple conversations.
No, exactly. Like you
if
can.
They're about it.
Especially what does it for me is like when I give someone now like the opportunity to like have 30 minutes of my time, or like talk to me on the phone, and then like they miss it, or like they have to reschedule, or like they forget, or they're like late. Like all these like certain things are little factors that like show to you they don't want it as bad as they say they do.
Yeah. I call that like the invisible scoreboard.
I agree.
Like people don't think those things matter, but those things really matter.
Those are huge. That's why when we first met, I wasn't late. I showed up
in
the best way I could. Yeah, exactly. Like.
All right, what do you think is wrong with my swing?
Let's see.
Give me some advice here. How long you been golfing?
14, 15 years.
Nice. Well, you're in the way. The camera can't see my swing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
All right, let's see here.
It's not even like, that wasn't even bad. Where are you aimed?
I don't know.
Well, that's the first thing. So like,
I'm just kind of hitting it.
The biggest thing that messes, like when people start coming over the top here, look, I'll show you, is like, let's say I want to go at that green flag. You don't aim directly at the flag. Like that's such a big misconception. You set up parallel left. So if like I'm going at this green flag, you've seen like the greenish tree, like the little shrub to the left of it, I would be aimed at that. And the longer the club, the more parallel left you aim. So like if I'm driver, then I'm aiming at that left pine tree.
Got it.
Because if my feet are aligned to the left, then that makes the club head directly on target. It's like, I'm gonna go at this green pin. Let's see if I can get it close.
That's a real smooth name right there, man.
Oh,
fade.
Damn.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. It was a little left,
but it landed.
But it landed pretty close.
That was just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just really such a meditative sport, I feel.
I know.
Like. It's so like.
It can be frustrating.
It speaks to my soul almost.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, why is this so satisfying?
Huh?
You know, it's satisfying.
It is. It's like once you start hitting in the sweet spot, you said you've been out here for 3 days in a row. I bet you start coming every single day.
Yeah. Okay, green flag.
Green flag. That was really good. The backswing looks amazing.
What does that mean?
like the way you take the club back, a lot of people have a tendency to like pull it inside, but with the right way is for the club head to go right through your hands, and that's what it's doing. So it looks good.
Love it, love it. So I have this other rule about entrepreneurship. Do you want to know it?
Yeah, I do want to know it.
So I have a rule called the first invite rule.
Right.
And so if someone you're trying to network with or be around invites you to something, no matter what you're doing, you have to accept the first invite.
I agree.
Because if you don't accept the first invite, the probability that you'll get invited again just plummets.
Plummets, right.
It plummets. So if I'm trying to like network with someone or be around someone, the first thing they invite me to, I'm canceling all plans.
Exactly. You have to go.
You have to go.
You have to go.
Or you're not getting invited again.
I know.
Like no one likes being rejected.
Exactly.
So I try to stick to that. It's a good reel.
That is a good reel. I about just fell over from the wind there. It's ripping.
So my backswing's solid.
Let's see.
That one I wasn't aiming as
But
much.
I guess also like being young and being successful is great and all, but like there's also like a huge price to pay for it. Like I swear,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm so stressed out like
Yeah.
all the time.
I started to have wrinkles, bro.
Oh my god, like it's like school stress. Like let me put it this way, like the way a final exam stresses you out.
No, it's more.
It's like 10 times.
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Especially when there's like someone else's money on the line as well. It's
Exactly.
not your money, and you're like, you brought an investor in, and they're like, this is like.
They're like, what's going on?
Yeah,
And
they're
you're
like, can we get an update? You're like, oh shit, like what the fuck?
Yeah. So
And
true.
I know, it's scary.
It's so true. But it's good that you feel that way because some people don't give a fuck, and
I
those
know.
people
Exactly.
will just never. They'll never be successful. Your reputation is everything.
That's true.
Green flag. Oof.
Oh. Because like, and I'm also like, I guess what I'm starting to learn now is to look at money in business more as of a tool instead of a reward.
Yes.
Because like,
oh, I love this. I
what
want
I'm
to hug you
coming
for
to-
saying that. Oh, yes.
that's good. Because what
That's
I'm looking at
good.
now is like, before I was so scared to like hire someone and lose money and not make something back from it because, or like buy this warehousing spot, pay like $1,250 a month for it.
But it's like that's the point.
Exactly.
Like-
And I guess before I was so worried about like not being able to make the return back of it instead of looking at it as like, this is just a tool to help me grow. If it doesn't work out, then I can reposition myself.
Yeah. It's a big
So,
mindset switch.
It is. It
When
definitely
you're going from
is.
like solo, like I'm rolling
I
in
know.
bank to like,
But it's not like, that doesn't mean that just go blow money on dumb shit either.
but dumb shit, I mean, it depends what you classify as dumb shit. Cause it's like, your first time hiring an employee, you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly. That's true.
And you most likely are spending, like, you're most likely not doing it right. I'll tell you that. Like, remember, you hired these guys and paid them like ridiculous amounts when
Yeah.
you first started wholesaling. I did the same thing. You just don't know.
And their work was like worth a quarter of what they were
Exactly.
doing. Right. And I guess you also can't be like scared to fire anyone either. If they're not doing their job, like they're not doing their job at the end of the day, and like you have a business to run, you can't
Yeah.
feel bad about everything, but at the same time, I guess.
This is another area where it gets more intense as you grow. It's like you go from employing 18-year-old high school guys
Right.
to employing, like one of my friends, Isa. Do you know Isa?
Yeah, she's from California, right?
Yeah. She just fired people who like her salary to them was paying their mortgage.
Oh my God.
Like the weight.
That is like the guilt too.
You know?
Right.
The weight of that.
That's ridiculous. That's hard.
Thanks for walking around. They're being respectful of our
Oh.
shoot. That's cool.
Oh, that is nice. Pulling out of it a little bit, just stay down more and kind of just feel this
Go all the way
right
through.
shoulder fly under like that.
Okay.
Like, and you'll be able to finish higher with your arms.
Okay.
Ah,
See?
happens. It
I
happens.
have good ones and bad ones.
It happens.
But
Me
it's
too.
only my third day out here.
Oh, really? Then you're hitting it great. People aren't gonna believe it's your third day out here, though. You're hitting it too good.
It's like it's either a go or it's a no.
Did you ever have any like really bad deals that just didn't work out, or you had a bad deal but you figured out a way to like come back from it, and what was that like?
Super bad
The
deals.
only deal I can think of together that we had that was super bad was that wire fraud. You remember that? The dude like, it was
There's so much shit that happens.
I know it was we were trying to get this house. It was the one that me and Drew went down to. It was like covered in kudzu.
Yeah.
And I sent you pictures of it, and like there was a lot that sold for like $100,000 down the street, and they had it listed for like 124, and the guy won like an $8,000
Did he
EMD.
want us to wire him or what?
He wanted him. He was like pressing us on sending this EMD because he
Oh
couldn't
yeah, I
afford
was
it.
like, something's not right here.
Exactly. And you guys look, and they made a whole website that matched. It was one character different, and they had emails, phone numbers.
That's wild.
It was
I do
insane.
remember that.
And the same guy,
Damn.
he called me because we thought he was in on it. He called me and he was like trying to beat out these other guys. And apparently they sent the EMD and they got scammed out of like 8,000 or like 9,000. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was so upsetting.
One thing, I wouldn't say, like, there's been stuff that I've caught before it turned bad. But I remember one of the first experiences I had. This is where I learned relationships were more important than money.
Right.
Which seems like simple in theory, but like when you have like money on the line, you're like, you know.
Yeah.
But I had got this house under contract and I was selling it to a friend, and they put EMD and then they pulled out. And I was just like, bro, like, look at the contract. Like, this EMD is hard. But it was in Florida, which you have to, in order to release the EMD, both parties have to sign and be in agreement.
And they paid you the EMD, and it was one of your friends?
Yeah, so they were putting EMD to buy the house that I had under contract, and then they just pulled out of the deal. And I was like, what the fuck?
And you didn't know what to do because you didn't want to terminate the relationship.
I was like, you guys, like, the EMD is hard. Like, it belongs to me.
Right, yeah.
But then it's like the long-term relationship of it, because they felt like they were entitled to the EMD because there were certain things that they discovered on the inspection that they didn't see on the pictures. And they were like, you hid this from us on the pictures.
Right.
Now, of course, I didn't feel like I hid anything.
Right.
I felt like the contract says, do your due diligence before you submit fucking EMD. You know, like, it's clear. But anyway, I gave back the money because I was just like, it's better to not have a bad taste in someone's mouth.
I agree.
Especially at the beginning of your career, it's like, you need all the goodwill you can get.
Yeah, you never know who could help you down the road either.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I've done that a lot of times. Like, it's just like, I feel like I'm completely in the right, but this person's relationship is worth more than a couple $1,000s, you know?
Exactly.
And I got screwed this way too. The other thing is people will show you who they are.
I agree.
I got screwed this way too. But it's all good.
That's so true though.
The cool thing is when you get to a spot where you're not needing it, it's just a game and you can see who's who. It's like, I don't need the money. It's just interesting that you're acting this way over $5,000, you know?
No, I agree. It goes back to what we talked about yesterday, is like, at some point, money is just there to help you achieve more things, I guess. It's not, like, it's great and all, but like, I guess you gotta look at the bigger picture sometimes.
For sure. So how about you? Where are you at on your journey? I mean, I've known you for what, 2 years now?
Yeah, we're coming up on 3.
That's wild.
But I mean,
you've grown a lot.
I know. We started out, wholesaling was great. The time it took kind of sucked. Like, cold calling like all day and like dealing with people on Facebook definitely wasn't like the highlight of my life.
Yeah.
Or you remember Terrence?
Bro.
That guy, he was like giving us houses and he didn't even have the contracts. That
I was so pissed
crazy.
off. I was like, what the fuck? Because that makes us look so bad.
I know. And we were like already dispoing it to our buyers.
Like, what? Are you serious?
And I swear, like, he started a wave of that because like after that happened, there was like a surge of like everybody dispoing and like putting stuff out there where they didn't even have it under contract. They're like, oh, I'm gonna get the buyer first and then I'll go try to get the contract.
And I'm like, that makes no sense.
It makes 0 sense.
That makes no sense.
But I mean, wholesale is great. Amazon's amazing.
Yeah.
Abraham and me, Abraham and Henry and Nitin are definitely making moves. So I'm excited.
Good.
But I guess it's just more of like scaling wise, like I said, like being able to, like you said, being bold, like taking those risks, like buying warehousing space. And I guess it's just like the thought of losing all the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's a hard pill to swallow. But
yeah. Let me think, have I lost money on a deal?
Have you?
I've lost like little amounts, like $5,000. I haven't lost like $100,000 or $50,000.
Do you know anyone who has?
Well, every person hits that at some point. Like, every person is gonna have that learning lesson, that expensive lesson. Mm-hmm. I think having someone in your corner who can kind of give you some guidance is really valuable, though.
Exactly, and I mean, that's why now, like, I'm still young too, but I'm preaching to like 15, 16-year-old kids to network, because if I never like got out there and talked to people, I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am now.
Yeah.
It's like networking is like, it's such a key factor, I guess, today in being successful because A, you get to meet new people. 2, those people they want to help you. Like, they genuinely want to help you.
Yeah.
Meeting the right people want to help you, and being able to pick their brains and like learning from them. Like you said, we know Abraham. He's what, like 40 something, and
He's 49.
He's 49,
He's almost 50.
and he's so successful, and we've been able to learn from him at such a young age. So like being able to think about where we'll be at 49
It's gonna be insane, bro. One thing I want to pick your brain on is like critical thinking skills.
Right.
Like, you're a sharp guy, I'm a sharp gal, but I'm sure we both have met people who are maybe equally ambitious, but just
Yeah,
they just
I know what
are
you're
missing
saying.
something.
Exactly.
How
Like,
can people like develop this skill of like thinking better?
I think
You know, see what I'm asking?
No, I know exactly what you're saying. Like, there's some things that come with like experience, or some things that come with trial and error, but then there's things that just are like common knowledge.
Yeah, but it's not that common.
It's not that common to other people. So I guess when it comes to critical thinking, it's more of like
should people be doing like math problems? Like, what exercises? Because I've been thinking about this. Like, how can I transfer this skill set?
I think it's the opposite. I think
my
people
team.
are so wired into like getting out of school and like thinking everything's like a math problem, or a task, like a test. Like, I think if you're more creative, it'll naturally come, and that's what I felt like it was for me. Like, the more creative I was, the more ideas that came to my mind, the easier it was for me to solve problems. Exactly. Like, when like it's just. It's all about creativity. Like, if you talk to Abraham, he's super smart, and he's not like he says it himself, he's not like school smart, but he's the most creative guy I know.
He's really creative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I think it comes from like that creativity, and then also like it's hard to explain. Like,
It's very hard to put words to it.
It's hard to put words to it, but I think creativity is the main point when it comes to like to critical thinking in the real world. Like, they teach you in school like creative thinking or critical thinking is like going back to like your basics, or like what you were taught, like the formulas or whatever it is, like in math. But like in the real world, it's like going back to your relationships, your past experiences, and then thinking outside of the box to solve the problem. I think are the main 3 things that it comes to when trying to solve real world problems.
Yep.
What do you think?
What you said is really good, which is like, but the other, I mean, being creative is a big part of it. I think that's probably the main piece that people are missing. Like, you come out of school, this was the other thing, another reason why I dropped out of tech. It's like, if I spend the 4 years here, like, that doesn't come at no cost.
Right.
My mind is gonna be wired differently.
You're wasting 4 years of your life.
Yeah, I don't have those 4 years. But like, the thing that I was thinking about when I left school was like, if I don't do this now, I'll always have a little bit of a harder time trusting what I want to do. I'll always look for someone else's approval for what I want to do. So like, I have to take this chance.
I agree.
But anyway, the creative part of it is big. Being creative and making sure that your brain is wired in a way to solve problems, not just take tasks. Mm-hmm. And the second thing that I tend to see like people don't think about is like proactivity. A lot of people are reactive to what happens, whereas I'm thinking, I'm gonna ask questions today that benefit me, you know, tomorrow, 3 months from now, etc. Like, people are only really looking at what's right in front of them. For example, I had a file today that was on hold, and I asked my assistant, I was like, why is this on hold? And the answer was, title is not clear to close. Does that answer my question?
No.
Like, why is title not clear?
Yeah.
Why is there no clear to close, right? So it's like, and that information, she didn't know.
Right.
Like, she had to go and retrieve that. But it's like, how can we actually solve the problem long term, not just like put a little Band-Aid on a bleeding wound?
I agree.
And same thing happened with my sales team. Like, for example, we had an investor who said, can I have more details? And my sales team came back to me and they said, hey, they asked for more details. And I was like, what details are they looking for?
You gotta be a little more specific.
like, because we could send them a bunch of shit, but like, if that's not what we're looking for, then that's not gonna solve the problem long term.
Right.
So it's like this skill of being proactive, thinking ahead, that's another piece of it. I think people underestimate.
I've also been a big believer in like, if you want it done right, do it yourself.
Yeah.
Like, because
but I gotta get out of that
you can't always
mindset.
do everything yourself. Like, that goes to show, like, I guess it's more of like, if you're gonna hire people, it's better just to take the extra time and show them what you need and like personally how you operate things. So it's not like they start working for you and down the road they're like, y'all are all mix and match because you didn't properly train them.
Yeah.
I guess.
The other thing that I agree with that. The other thing that I learned from Hormozy, just watching his content.
Yeah.
He was like, you know, no one can do it like I can do it. If you want it done, do it right yourself. And he was like, yeah, you're probably right. Like, no one can be you. But if you hire 3 people and give them all like a portion of what you're doing, they could get it done to the level that you're doing it.
That's smart.
And I was like, that's 3 salaries.
That is 3 salaries.
You know, but sometimes that's what it takes.
Sometimes.
I mean, the pro of that is like, you have 3 people, they're all replaceable. The con of hiring another unicorn is like, now your business is just dependent on this person.
Right.
So it's like a trade-off.
Yeah, I mean, I've been factoring in like how you hire people, like you hire extra people and then
fire them.
Fire the people that aren't working out.
It's
or
like it's like a trial.
Exactly.
You know?
You can get to see the overperformers, you can get to see the people who are like
what I did recently that worked really well is I hired a bunch of interns because they'll just cancel themselves out. I said, we're gonna do this internship for 60 days. At the end of the 60 days, you can, oh nice.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
That's actually wild.
That is wild. Here he comes over our heads.
Wow.
That's nuts.
Holy cow. Bro, that's amazing.
Damn.
That is some advanced level shit right there.
That was some, did you see like the freaking turn he did right there? That was nuts.
That was cool.
No, but interns, they'll cancel themselves out.
Yeah, so I brought a bunch of interns on, and I was like, at the end of the 60 days, you'll have the opportunity to get hired. And like, just, they drop like flies. Like, most people just can't stomach the work.
Do you overwork them, or do you just give them like standard work?
Standard work. Like, we meet once a week, and every single week there's less people, you know?
Wow.
And then you can start, if you track it well, which I do, track KPIs on what they're responsible for, you see who's like the top percentile. Like, I have one girl who's just crushing it. She's beating out everyone else, you know?
I agree.
And obviously that's the person
Was that what you were doing with the door knocking team?
With the door knocking team, it was more like commission. It wasn't like these interns are not paid.
Right.
You know, it's like, if something happens that you brought in, you might have the opportunity to get a commission. But for the first 60 days, it's purely like, prove
to me that you want this position, and prove to me that you're qualified for this.
Exactly.
Right.
So obviously it won't work all the time with people who are unpaid because people got bills to pay. But
I agree.
With this operating manager that I'm about to hire, instead of doing like an unpaid internship, I'm doing a discounted rate for the first like 2 weeks to a month we're working together, and after that we can move to the market rate of where I think, you know, her level position would be
I mean,
paid.
I've always been a big believer on like pure commission because it shows how hard some people are willing to work.
It can only work for positions that generate income.
Right.
It doesn't work for supporting positions.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like
if someone's doing your accounting,
that's,
you know, they can't be paid on commission.
If they add all the numbers up extra correct, they get like an extra 2%.
Exactly.
No, it was like for the wholesale thing, like the underwriters, cold callers, like all of them everyone was on commission, and life was good because it was like what you put in is what you get out of it.
Yeah.
Because we were closing deals, and I remember actually the most money I've made in the shortest amount of time, I need to know what yours was $1,000 in 3 minutes from that PML connection that Henry and I did, where we found the borrower and a lender and set them up, and we were wired right away. It was amazing.
I gotta think about that. Damn, I'm getting old. I can't even remember.
I know, it makes you like think like, damn, why don't I just do that? But like, it's harder than it sounds.
Yeah, the grass isn't greener, for sure.
Oh, that was
what iron are you hitting now?
I'm hitting a 9 iron right now, but I just hit that terrible.
I think I'm gonna do
Let me get a drink.
A 9 as well. When I first started, I was hitting a 6 and I thought it was a 9.
You're hitting a 6 and you thought it was a 9?
Yeah, because I didn't know how to read the club. This is a 9.
Yeah. Here, look, put that one up next to mine. Look at the size in the head.
Oh, dang. Why is yours so much thinner?
I got a blade.
Should I have that?
No, definitely not.
Why?
It's like, as you get better,
I'll need that.
it's rare people play blades, but I was playing MP37s when I was like 11. It's like,
I have no
it's
idea
like,
what that
it's blade irons. Like people that play golf will know what I'm talking about, but like it's blades. So like ever since, so you're playing a cavity. So like it has a bigger head, it has more relief. Like this has no relief.
No relief?
But it like lets me hit
On your
fades
back?
and draws. Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. One day.
One day. No, but what do you think is the most amount of money you've made in the shortest amount of time?
Damn.
And how?
I really have to think.
Thinking hard.
Yeah, because it's like total time invested. I don't want to give you like some vanity metric where it's like, oh, I did this deal in a day. Like I'm thinking total time invested.
Right.
Honestly, it would probably be like a double close.
Were you lending on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a couple really big double closes, like $1 million, $1.5 million.
Really?
And those deals pay out, like me personally have made maybe around $5,000 in a matter of 4 hours or so.
Huh. I thought it'd be a lot more, I'm not gonna lie. Putting up $1 million and making a five back?
No, because I'm not bringing the money. Like the total that everyone made was probably, I don't know, $15,000.
Yeah, so like if you were to lend, like let's say that you had your own capital, you're lending like $300K on a double close, what are you looking for?
You're getting like $3,000.
So 10%, or what is it?
1%.
1%, yeah, sorry.
Well, a lot of other people, like a lot of people will mark up my money and they'll make an extra $3,000, so then there's $6,000. I was doing one today, didn't go through, it got delayed. That one was gonna be $5,400 in a matter of minutes.
So they're like, what happens if like the buyer backs out or like something crazy happens?
But you gotta do your due diligence, because I don't ever wire until the buyer's money's there. You know,
right?
Because I'm not risking that.
Yeah.
And also, I confirm with title that they're not gonna release my money until the buyer's money's there. If in the case I have to wire before them.
What would be the circumstances?
I did like the biggest amount of money that I made, like irrelevant of time. I did a wholesale deal that was $110,000 assignment.
Was that the door knocking one?
Yeah.
That was crazy. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
That was a crazy deal.
And then right behind that was a wholesale deal that paid $48,000.
It makes me remember the $84,000 we missed out on that one wholesale deal.
Yeah.
Presley.
Yeah. And then I just did a
me.
loan. This one isn't done yet.
Yeah.
But this loan we did, it was $1 million loan. $1 million loan, interest rate was 15. Wow.
Interest rate was 15?
15% flat for 3 months.
What?
So we're about a month in. 2 months from now, it'll be a $150K check. And I brought in an investor for $45,000. So we'll make the spread on that.
That's insane.
Yeah. Or if the guy doesn't pay, we'll foreclose and take this like 30-unit property and then sell it ourselves.
That doesn't even sound ridiculous.
Yeah. But like, if it goes well, it's a good scenario.
Have you ever had to foreclose on a loan yet?
Yeah.
Yeah? Abraham told me he's only had to foreclose on 2.
Those are the 2 that I was involved
in.
Of
course.
We did those 2 together. Man, borrowers can be such a pain in the ass.
I know.
All right, so this is my first with a 9. Honestly, I'm curious. Hold on. When you have different irons, like, should you be hitting them differently?
You should be hitting them farther.
Okay.
Like, the lower you go.
So a 9 is like shorter distances.
Yeah. So like, I hit my 9 iron like 145. I hit my 8 iron like 155, 160.
I need to get those like scope things.
Oh, the rangefinder?
So I can see how far I'm going.
I don't know. I get a lot of questions like about kids, like, because I be posting a lot on social media, and I like 90% of my following is people under the age of 18, and their whole thing is like, how do I feel supported, or how do I know I'm not gonna fail? And my answer is you don't.
You don't, bro.
No one's gonna support you. B.
Well, here's the thing. People support you when you're at the beginning, and when you're at the end.
Exactly. When you're in the middle, it doesn't,
it's just up to you.
Exactly. Or
it's just up to you.
Like I think for me it's like 50-50 because when you first start, like people there's two things. People either think you're crazy or you're onto something. I don't think there's really a.
Well, most people think you're crazy.
Most people think you're crazy. Exactly. So like, you have to like find a spot to be able to support yourself and like be in the mindset of like, I've got this. Everything is in my hands. Like, you can't rely on someone else to do the work for you, I guess is.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, when you're starting out, sometimes you build relationships like you and I have, where it's like you actually have support along the way through.
Right.
Like, even, like, not even just me to you. Like, we've had calls where you're spitting to me, and I'm like, damn, that was good.
Exactly. Like,
but
an
more
equal
often
balance.
More often than not, it's like a lot of people are excited for you when you get started. And then as you gain more and more traction, they're like, they kind of, it's like the hype dies down around who you are and how they can help you. That's my experience.
I agree. That's true.
Like, everyone loves an underdog as long as they're an underdog.
Right.
You know?
I had people say that wholesaling real estate was a pyramid scheme. Like, I swear everyone in my high school
that makes no sense.
believes that. I swear, it's ridiculous.
That makes no sense.
And it's not, for those of you who
It's
still
literally
think that.
not. It's the farthest thing from it. Like,
They just don't understand the concept.
People saying that makes it clear that they don't understand what wholesaling is.
They don't understand real estate at all.
Yeah. So are you going to get back into real estate? What's your plan?
I want to come back into more of as a buyer this time instead of, because being the middleman is great when you get paid, but the time between you get paid and between you get paid again sucks. It is terrible. Like just dealing with people, the nonsense, the constant up and downs, like isn't fun. So like being on the buyer side of things and still making money, or like lending side of things, I feel like is so much more fun.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I did. I made a connection today that is for an $80 million hotel in Roswell.
Wow. Really?
There's this guy I know, Todd. Did you see my post on Todd?
I think so.
Bro, this guy is like the most chill guy ever, but he is fucking loaded.
Really?
Like, how would his name be Todd? Yeah, so he might be financing this, like.
I always thought that big deals like that were hedge funds.
So it's a family office. You familiar with family office? It's like basically when a family gets so wealthy that they start an office to manage their wealth. And so Todd works inside this family office as their attorney because he has experience in private equity. And obviously when you're that level wealthy, you're doing PE deals, whether it's actively or passively, like you need someone experienced to look at it. And this family has cracked $1 billion in like their overall net worth.
Right, like with all their assets.
Yeah. So why I bring that up is because I feel like I'm pushing into this real estate venture into the commercial deals.
Right.
And it's pretty exciting because it just more zeros, you know? It's
Exactly.
like, damn, this is getting pretty serious. The other thing is like, if this family office funds 80 million, like 1% of that is 800,000.
Wow.
Like if I get a 1% fee,
That's
or even a
insane.
0.5% fee,
I know.
that's 400 grand.
Just
Like,
for connecting them.
Just for introing someone. So like the $1,000 thing that you did, imagine doing that
I thought my 1,000
on
was
a commercial level. Like
Jeez.
I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
Yeah, I really thought my 1,000 was cool. 800.
But it hasn't gone through yet. I always preface these things. Like,
yeah,
we'll see
that's
what
true.
happens.
Hopefully it goes through. How did you even set that up though?
So a friend of mine who has the deal, I met him through another friend who has a fund. This is like the only thing that's beneficial about being in school is like getting access to a little bit of a more polished network.
Right.
So this guy had a fund, and then he introduced me to his partner in the fund, and his partner in the fund also runs an advisory company, which is like to get these deals done and funded. And he was like, hey, by any chance do you know anyone who would be interested in this development? And I met Todd. It's just all relationships. I met Todd through
your network.
This fund network as well. A lot of the high level people have a fund.
Right.
They have like some sort of fund going.
Huh. What made you want to start a fund?
I think, if I'm being completely honest, I was attracted to the status of being a fund manager. It's like being a PhD or being a doctor in the regular world, like in the finance world. Being a fund manager is like the astute thing that people look up to. And I always have had that problem. Like I tend to gravitate towards things that have a lot of social status. That's one thing that I'm aware of. But that was the initial thing.
Right.
Now that I'm actually in it, what keeps me moving towards that direction is the ability to like move and shake, really. Like you're impactful when you can move 80 mil.
That is insane.
Like people invite you places.
Right.
People want to be around you. You get access to the best deal flow. In the beginning it was just like, oh, I want to be a fund manager, like this will be cool. Now it's more like the network that I have access to is just blowing my mind. Not that my whole network is worth $1 billion. One guy has access to $1 billion.
Jeez.
Yeah,
my whole network is worth.
That's insane.
700, maybe $1 billion, but your one guy is worth $1 billion.
So that's what kind of keeps me like excited about it now is like I can get crazy projects done with these people and this industry.
And not only that, it keeps you motivated, like meeting people like that, because it makes you understand there's levels to this shit.
There's levels to
this
shit.
There's levels to this shit.
I gotta get a tattoo. There's levels to this shit. Whenever I feel like I'm doing good, there's levels to this shit.
Literally. Because I remember like when we had lunch, there was a period when you first started this fund, you were telling us about the mentorship you were in, all these people you met. And I remember we would drive home and we would just like sit in silence because we were so like shocked and like we were both digesting like the information you just laid upon us. It was like
there's like, levels.
It's like, dude, it's insane. Like
and
when
to
you
know it at 18
it,
and 21. I don't even like to think about it sometimes.
I know.
I'm
it's like
I'm gonna be ridiculously wealthy. Like
I feel like a nerd though at some point. Like I feel like a weirdo, like just so obsessed with like making more money, but like at the same time it's so fun.
You be obsessed or be average,
Exactly.
I don't plan on being average.
Neither do I.
It's a game.
It is.
And the fun thing is like just how you ooh, nice.
That was off the toe a little bit.
Just how you like have the power to fire someone and that's their whole family's like net worth and salary. You have the power to change people's lives. Like I want employees who are like thrilled to be working at my company and like driven by the mission.
They're happy as fuck to wake up to drive into the office.
They're like, let's fucking go. Like they know what they're doing and they know how it's changing the world.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. I always wanted the people working for me to know they have an impact on directly their work has an impact on the bigger picture, and two, at some point like they truly think they're doing this for the greater good.
Yeah, they should believe that from day one.
Exactly.
What I've struggled with like at this point is like making comp plans. Like that's a new skill I'm trying to build is like how do I actually compensate people? Right now I'm kind of just going off of what I can afford.
Right.
But like in order to get like high quality talent, remember we talked about like the second-hand man who's like actually smart, like the book smart. Like that person isn't gonna work for some bullshit wage like or some commission. Like they're probably gonna have a high ass salary with a little slice of equity with like some great ass retirement plan. So those are the skills that I'm trying to like get insight on is like how can I retain great people? Because turnover, one thing I learned from Hormozy, turnover for employees is the most expensive thing because you have to retrain, costs money to hire, costs money to fire. And when you're having so many people turn over, it's not good for your business because your clients.
Oh no, yeah, go for it. No, you're good.
Your clients, I'll pour mine. Your clients notice that turnover and they like, especially if you have a recurring business model.
Right.
Like for example, I was gonna invest in a fund, I won't say which, and I noticed that the main guy who ran it last year wasn't there anymore. There was a new guy. It just makes me think like, is everything okay?
Yeah, is all the systems being ran correctly? Is internal affairs good? Like,
are people satisfied?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
And that's another thing. That's what you were taught like earlier when you were talking about the bigger picture. Like that's a great question to ask.
Yeah,
like,
it's huge.
Why are you changing managers every few months? Like, what's going on?
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I always find it impressive when people have like had the same core team for like 10 years. Either they're really, nice, that was really good.
A little high cutter.
they're either really advanced in like integrity or they're doing some fucked up shit and they're all in on it together. You know, but like when you see the same people sticking together for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, it's like a good sign in my opinion.
Exactly.
Bro, I want to hit it far like you. I'm gonna go to my 7.
It takes time. Yeah.
How are we doing on the footage?
We're doing good. I think we've had a great talk.
Yeah.
Guys, if you want us to do more videos like this, drop a comment.
We can even play 18 holes and like film the whole thing.
Yes.
Who should we invite?
I think that's a good idea. We could get
Who else plays?
Let's just you know what'd be awesome is if we started playing, we got good, and then we brought like investors on the course and closed deals in real time.
Oh my god, what if we interviewed them? Like we should come up with some cool ass names.
That's a good idea.
Oh my god, I love this.
But yeah, until then, make sure you subscribe. I'll put her socials in the bio or in the, what do you call that? The description. That's what it's called.
Yes.
So make
Thanks
sure
for
you
watching.
tap in with her, and yeah, until next time.
See you on the next one.